Welcome into Paul Butcher Field for softball action on the UPIKE Sports Network. Gary Justice, glad to be on the ride with you this afternoon. It'll be the University of Pikeville Bears, winners at 10 of their last 12, 3 and 5 inside the AAC, taking on the Bluefield Rams. Defensively for the Bears, be Quick and left, Johnson in center, Matty Hornaby in right. Ashlyn Dixon at third, Peyton Ross getting the start at short due to an injury. Caden Dunlap's second baseman, Claudia Manis at first, Danny Crum doing the catching, and Bree Johnson, the senior from Orlando, will be in the circle today for the Bears. First up for the Bluefield Rams, be Chloe Dillow, the catcher. Dillow, Doughlin, and Harris facing Bree Johnson. First pitch, called strike one. We're underway. Nice day for softball, Paul Butcher Field. 0-1 upcoming. Swung on, that baseball hit deep to center field, going back. Makes the play. I couldn't find the baseball. My apology. I promise you the play was made. Delana Laughlin, the shortstop. Sophomore. Swung on, popped up. That one will escape Paul Butcher Field. The ball's in the strike. Laughlin and Kennedy Harris will hit. Top half of the first. 2-7 inning contest. Swung on. Hit to Johnson in center field. She'll make the play. Got some new camera angles, folks. I'm getting used to them. I'll promise you I will get better accustomed to 2 up, 2 down. Bring up Kennedy Harris, the first baseman. Rocks, fires, fastball outside. Ball, no strikes. Harris is able to reach, and then Jordan will hit in top half of the first. Fastball high and outside. Two balls and no strikes on the first baseman for the Rams. 2-22 on the season, 1-9 inside the AAC. Swung on, popped up, and now will escape Paul Butcher Field. I got 2 balls and a strike. Johnson looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first. 1 out away. Load inside. Bears winners of 10 of the last 12, 13-7 overall. 3 and 5 inside the AAC. 3-1. Pitch misses low. Get the first free pass issued by Bree. Bring up Jaden Johnson. Jaden Jordan, my apologies. She'll hit him. She's able to get it on. Alondra Reeves will hit top half. Caught the zone. No balls and a strike. Jordan, the designated player for the Rams. Inside corner just missed. Even to count a ball and a strike. Swung on, hit to left field. It'll be a foul ball. Good look at Harley Quick. Ball, 2 strikes. Tried the outside corner and missed. Nice job by Danny Crum behind the plate, trying to expand the zone as much as possible. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Wild, top half of the first. Just missed. Fills it up, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nice AB by Jordan. Goes down 1-2. She's worked it full. Johnson retired first 2 on fly balls to center field and walked Harris. Swung on, hit back to Johnson. And now we'll retire the side in the first half on the 1-3 putout. It'll be Crum, Johnson, and Horn to lead things off for the Bears. You're watching college softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. You'll see the lineup from the Bears. Crum lead things off. Addison Johnson will hit second. Matty Horn hitting the 3 spot. Harley Quick doing the cleanup duties today. Hayden Dunlap hit 5th. Metcalf 6th. Claudia Manis 7th. Peyton Ross 8th. And Ashlyn Dixon hitting the 9 spot. Crum leads things off. Crum's off to a good start this season for the Bears. Hit .347 on the season. .347 home run, 17 RBIs. First pitch is outside. Isabella Smith in the bump, in the circle, I should say, for the Rams. Outside. Comes in the ball game, 57 innings pitched of 6.51 ERA. She's allowed 77 hits. She struck out 57. 2-0. Swung on, hit down the left field line, be foul. Danny got around on that one. Two balls and a strike on the Bears. Sophomore from Louisa, the catcher. She'll play right field the second game. 2-1. Off-speed pitch, caught the outside corner. Good pitch from Smith. Crum, a home run, 19 RBIs. She scored 16 runs. Fastball, swung on and missed. Now we'll retire Crum swinging. I'll bring up the junior from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin, Addison Johnson, the center fielder. Be Johnson, then Horn. Johnson hitting at a .305 clip. Drove in 7, scored 11 runs on the season. Gary Justice, UPIKE Sports Network. Glad to be on the ride with you this afternoon. Fastball inside corner. Even a count of ball and a strike. Swung on, popped up. That'll escape the Johnny. Excuse me, Paul Butcherfield. Been the last 9 ball games are broadcast have been over on the baseball side. I'll get to Paul Butcherfield. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Bears center fielder Addison Johnson. Two balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back punch-outs for Smith. Bring up the junior from Nicholasville, Kentucky, Matty Horn, the catcher. Excuse me, she's the right fielder in game 1. Hitting .365 on the season. Drove in 11. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. If she's able to reach, quick will hit in the bottom half of the first. Outside. It's got 2 balls, no strikes. Swung on, fouled off. Two balls and a strike on the junior. Smith looked and looked. A 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Change up, missed high and out. Runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. Swung on, missed. I'll fill it up to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Smith got Crum and Johnson both swinging. 3-2. Swung on, missed. And she will strike out the side, retire the Bears 1-2-3. So go to the top half of the second. Be 5, 6, 7, Reeves, Bailey, and Hood. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. Go to the top half of the second. Alondra Reeves to lead things off. Reeves, the right fielder. 76 degrees in downtown Pikeville. Excellent day for softball. Excuse me. Change up swung on and missed. A 1. Swung on, popped up. The left fielder caught it. My apologies, folks. I'll get used to my cameras here shortly. There's a fly ball to left field. Bring up Olivia Bailey, the second baseman. Johnson's thrown 17 pitches so far, 10 strikes. And does 3 flyouts and a ground out. Bailey, then to Mackenzie Hood. Change up off the plate. Evens the kind of ball and a strike. Swung on, fouled off. One, two upcoming. Trying to expand the play. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bailey, the second baseman, hitting. Swung on. That softball hit to right field. Be the first hit of the day for the Rams. Bring up Mackenzie Hood, third baseman. On the season, Johnson, a 2.72 ERA, 36 innings pitched, 42 hits allowed, 30 strikeouts coming in today. Top half of the second inning. Fastball high and in. See the runner on first base, that's Olivia Bailey. Caught the outside corner. He was the kind of ball and a strike, got one out to be Hood and then Lauren Jackson for Bluefield. They're coached by Maggie White. Bears coached by Robert Staggs. Low and in. Runner's got 2 balls and a strike. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, Rice, and she'll make the air. The E6. Got the ground ball that was looking for. Just took a bad hop on Rice off the heel of a glove. Bring up Lauren Jackson, the center fielder. So now you have runners at first and second and 1 out. Jackson and Fortune. Fastball high and in. Bailey will take her lead from second and Hood from first. Shows bunt, popped up. Bree Johnson will make the play. For the second out of the inning. I'll bring up Carter Fortune, the left fielder. Johnson doing a nice job of fielding her position. A fly out, a single, then an air, then a pop out. Swung on, hit foul. Saw the Bears dugout. Everybody's okay. Fortune's able to reach, and Chloe Dillo will hit. Low and outside. Ball and a strike. Rams off to a tough start this season. 2 wins, 22 losses, 1-9 inside the AAC. Still playing hard though. 1-1. Swung on down the left field line, foul. I run the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Johnson looking for a first punch out of the day. Be a big one if she can get it. All-speed pitch. Evens the count 2 balls. No, actually 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, my live stats are not updating. My apologies here. Swung on. No. High and outside. They'll even count 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild, top half of the second. That's ball 4, actually. So bases are loaded and 2 outs. Chloe Dillo with the catcher. She flew out to center field her first time. So the inning started off with a fly out to left and a single to center, an air on the shortstop, a pop out to the pitcher, then the walk. It's the second free pass issued by Johnson this afternoon. Fastball high and out of the zone. Got to play at any base. 1-0. Tried the outside corner, missed. Runs count 2 balls and a strike. You can see the runners' bases are juiced. Swung on, fouled off. Running count 2 balls and a strike. Bears won 10 of the last 12. They've won 3 of the last 4 inside the AAC. They went down to Columbia last weekend and split with Columbia International and then swept Columbia. Swung on, and missed. Going to count the ball and 2 strikes on Dillo. Johnson looking for her first punch out, and it would be a big one if she can find it. The rock, fire, swung on. Caught by the second baseman, Caden Dunlap. And now we'll retire the Rams in the top half of the second. Nice job of Johnson working around some trouble. 4, 5, 6, 2 for the Bears. Quick, Dunlap, and Metcalf. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. As we go to the bottom half of the second, 4, 5, 6 do it for the Bears. Be quick, Dunlap, and Metcalf. 4, 5, 6 do it for the Bears. Quick lead things off, the sophomore from Logan High School. Getting 326 on the season, got a home run, 5 RBIs. She scored 4 runs. Played in left field today. Fastball high and outside. Defensively playing her straight up. 1-0. Hot in. Got some action in the pen for the Bears. I'll pick up the number here shortly. 2-0. On outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Smith, she struck out the side in the first. Crum, Johnson, Horn, all 3 swinging. Three balls and no strikes on Quick. She may have the take sign here. Ball 4. That'll be the first base runner for the Bears this afternoon. Harley Quick will advance via the walk. I'll bring up Caden Dunlap, the junior from Louisville. She's the second baseman. See if the Bears can get a little something going offensively in the bottom of the second inning. Dunlap hitting .319 on the season, home run, 12 RBIs. First pitch missed the zone, 1 ball, no strikes. It's 5 straight that's missed the zone. Dunlap a home run, 12 RBIs, scored 15 runs. Caught the inside corner at that time, even things up with the ball and a strike. See Quick at first base. Dunlap and then Olivia Metcalf. Swung on, missed. Running count to a ball and 2 strikes. One, 2. Be off the glove of the catcher, Dillo. Quick unable to advance. Got 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson struck out 3, walked 1 so far. Swung on, fouled off. Evans got 2 balls and 2 strikes. Change up high and outside. They'll fill things up with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Quick walk to lead off the inning. Between the second and third inning, we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Bears. 2-2. Swung on, fouled off. Nice AB on by the junior second baseman. Two. And I actually has ball four. My apologies. Back-to-back walks. I was fooled by the live stats. Bring up Olivia Metcalf, the sophomore from Richmond. And Coach Staggs want to meet with the umpire for a potential substitution. Let's see. Looks like it'll be a runner. I have a runner for Quick at second. Look at this, Kate Salyers who will run. Yep, freshman from Pikeville. Should be the runner at second base. Saw her mom in attendance. Her mom's a Hall of Famer at the University of Pikeville, big-time softball player. So be Metcalf, hitting 400 on the season, drove on 10, scored 6 runs. Swung on that base, the softball hit high. Second base will make the play. That's an infield fly, was in effect. The first out of the inning, I'll bring up Claudia Manis, the first baseman, the sophomore from Kingsport. Manis hitting 256 on the season, home run, 7 RBIs. Swung on. That's a fair ball. And a run will score, and that'll be the first one of the day for the Bears. As Manis will be credited with a single down the left field line and an RBI. First pitch swung on, fouled off. I apologize, missed the replay on that one. Bears leading this one 1-0. Couple of walks, a pop out, and a single. Actually, maybe give her a double. Shows bunt. A play will be at first. That will retire the runner. 1-3. That's the freshman Peyton Rice, the shortstop, the freshman from Grayson. Bring up Ashlyn Dixon, the third baseman. She's off to a nice start for the Bears. Hitting 348, scored 12 runs. Drove in 4, the freshman from Hazard. 2 outs. Just missed on the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. For Dixon to be Danny Crum, the top part of the lineup. Bears have got 1 so far in the second. The wild pitch will allow another run to score. So Manis will advance from second to third. Down Broadway. Two balls and a strike on Dixon. Swung on, popped up. That will escape Paul Butcher-Field. The live stats are messed up. They got the teams on the wrong side. 2-2. In the dirt, and Manis will not be able to advance. Three balls and 2 strikes. Isabella Smith has walked 2 this inning. Swung on, that hit high. And that will retire the Bears. However, they'll score 1 in the bottom half of the second, go to the top half of the third. Be 2, 3, 4, Laughlin, Harrison, Jordan, watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. As you'll see, the upcoming schedule for the Bears is they'll be back at Paul Butcher Field on Monday to take on the Johnson Royals, another AAC contest. And also, next Friday, they'll be host the Trip McConnell, another AAC battle. Union next Sunday, the March 29th, and then also be hosting Tennessee Wesleyan, and then they'll be hitting the road to Spartanburg Methodist. A lot of opportunities to see the Bears upcoming. All the home games will be available on the UPIKE Sports Network here on YouTube. Gary Justice, glad to be on the ride with you this afternoon. Johnson's thrown 39 pitches so far, allowed 1 hit, walked 2. So she'll step in the circle for the 3rd time today. It'll be Delana Laughlin, the shortstop. She flew out to Johnson and center her first time. Pitch misses inside. Swung on, hit the shortstop Rice, and she'll make this her 2nd error of the game. The slow roller, bring up Kennedy Harris. She walked her first time. So Laughlin will get her lead at first with nobody out. Swung on that base, the softball hit deep to right field over the right fielder's head. The runner around second, go to third, and will stay there. So that'll be a double to right field. Jaden Jordan, she bounced out 1-3 her first time. I have the score as 1-0, but the live stat says 2, so we're going to put 2 on the board for the Bears. Swung on, fouled off. No runs, 1 hit. Actually, it should be 2 hits now for Columbia. 2 runs, a hit, and 2 errors for the Bears. So I missed a run for the Bears. It fouled on the left field line. Harris will get her lead from the second, then Laughlin will get her lead from third. Nobody out. 0-2. Got her. Be the first punch out of the day for Bree Johnson. That was a big one as he gets Jordan looking. Bring up Alondra Reeves. She flew out to left field her first time. She'll hit with runners at second and third and only 1 out. Reeves and Olivia Bailey. Shows bunt, pops it up. Crum will make the play for the second out of the inning. The throw will get past the third baseman. Nice play by Danny Crum to get the second out of the inning. See Dixon crashing there as well. So now you have runners at second and third and 2 outs. Olivia Bailey, she had a single to center her first time. Fastball high, out of zone, 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be Bailey, then Mackenzie Hood. Johnson trying to work around some trouble. She's 1 out away. Swung on. That one escaped Paul Butcher Field quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Actually, 1 ball, 1 strike on Bailey. 1-1. Cut the outside corner, runs count to 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Bailey, then Mackenzie Hood. Johnson got 1 punch out. First 2 hitters reached this inning. Tried the outside corner and missed. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces Wild, top half of the third, 2-2. Just missed. Fills it up 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners at second and third. 2 outs. 3-2. Swung on, hit to the first base, and she'll field, step on the bag. And now retire the Rams in their half of the third as Johnson able to work around some trouble. Now stopped by Bree, the senior from Orlando, to work around the trouble. As we go to the bottom half of the third, it will be Crum, Johnson. Be the top part of the lineup for the Bears. Be 1, 2, 3, Crum, Johnson, Horn. Watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. Go to the bottom half of the third. Bears scored 2 in their half of the second. Crum, she struck out swinging her first time. So far, Smith has thrown 38 pitches, 20 strikes, induced 2 flyouts, a ground out. Struck out 3, walked 2. Tried those 2 runs as well. Low and in. Gary Justice, UPIKE Sports Network. Glad to be on the ride with you this afternoon. Great day for softball. Swung on, hit to the third baseman. She'll hit her feet, throw across diamond in time. No. I'm going to say Crum beat that one out. Crum hustling down the line to bring up Addison Johnson. She beats the throw. Be the second hit of the day for the Bears. Johnson struck out swinging her first time. The play will be at first base. No, with a fake. Everybody's safe. So the infield single from Addison Johnson. An excellent executed bunt by the center fielder. Third baseman filled the baseball. You see Crum rounding the bag. And now the Bears have runners at first and second. Nobody out. Maddie Horn, she struck out to the end of Bears half of the first inning. Be Horn and Quick. She shows bunt. Blowing outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Back-to-back singles lead off the Bears half of the third. Shows bunt, gets it down. Everybody's safe. So a second consecutive bunt has loaded the bases. Maddie Horn, the junior from Nicholasville, excellent location of her bunt. Smith unable to do anything with it. Everybody's going to come together. You'll see the Bears, he got the bases full and nobody out. Crum led off with the infield single and then back-to-back bunt singles by Johnson and Horn. Coach Stagg giving his race runners instructions. Swung on and missed. Quick walked to lead off the second. Swung on, popped up. That will escape Paul Butcherfield. 0-2 upcoming. Swung on off the end of the bat. The play will be at first, the tag. And that will score a run for the Bears to make it 3-0. Bring up Caden Dunlap. She walked her first time. Nice play by the first baseman. Bears capitalized for another run. Dunlap, she walked her first plate appearance. Runners at second and third. 1 out. Bears scored 2 in the second, 1 so far in the third. High and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Dunlap, then Olivia Metcalf. Swung on, fouled off. Crum led off the inning with an infield single, then his back-to-back bunts by Johnson Horn to reach safely. Quick got one off the end of the bat, and she was retired at first base, however unscored. 2 balls and a strike. On Dunlap, 3 balls and a strike. Smith has allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. She's walked 2 and struck out 3 so far. Caught the outside corner. Outfield counted 3 balls and 2 strikes. Smith had 3 punch outs. The first 3 hitters she's faced today. She struck them out. Ball 4. And now load the bases as Dunlap will walk for the second time today. They got 1 out, bases are juiced. Metcalf popped out to the second baseman. That's back in the second inning. Bears got 1 so far in the third. Swung on, fouled off. Be Metcalf, then Claudia Manis. Metcalf, sophomore from Richmond, Kentucky. Getting 400 on the season. Pitch high and outside. Smith, that one almost got away from Smith. Nice job by Dillo, the catcher, to corral that one. With the bases full, anything gets past the catcher is a run. Swung on that baseball, that softball, it's hit deep. That'll be off the wall. And that will be, it'll score 2. Makes it 5-0. I'll bring up Claudia Manis, the sophomore from Kingsport. She had a double her first down the left field line. So now you have runners at second and third and 1 out. Be Manis and then Peyton Rice. Caught the outside corner, even kind of ball and a strike. Bears have erupted for 3, their half of the third. Change up, swung on and missed. Got the ball and 2 strikes on Manis. Swung on, popped up. The first baseman will call for it and squeezes it for the second out. I'll bring up the freshman from Grayson, Peyton Rice. She grounded out 1-3 her first time. First pitch swung on and missed. Be Rice, and if she's able to reach, it'd be Ashlyn Dixon. 0-1. Swung on. Hit to the center fielder. Nice play. Now we'll retire the Bears in their half. However, they interrupt for 4. Check out 3 in their half of the third. They're now leading this one 5-0. Going to the top half of the 4, it'll be 7, 8, 9, Hood, Jackson, Fortune. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. Bree Johnson will step in the circle for the 4th time today. On 52 pitches so far. 30 strikes. She's induced 6 flyouts, 2 groundouts. She's allowed 2 hits. She's walked 2, punched out 1 so far. She'll face 7, 8, 9, Mackenzie Hood, Lauren Jackson, and Carter Fortune. In the Rams half of the 4th inning, the Bears scored 2 in the bottom of the 2nd and 3 in the bottom of the 3rd. 5 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Bears, no runs, 2 hits for the Rams. Hood reached on an error by the shortstop her first time. Swung on, hit the left field. Nice play. Harley quick over a tire. Hood on the fly ball. Bring up Lauren Jackson, the center fielder. She popped out to Johnson in the circle her first time. Jackson and Fortune. Swung on and missed. Changeup. Top half of the 4th. We're only 38 minutes into this one, folks, and been a quickly played game. 0-1. Swung on, popped up. Addison Johnson will corral it for the 2nd out of the inning. I'll bring up Carter Fortune. She walked her first time. That was back in the 2nd inning. Fortune, and she's able to reach Chloe Dillo with it. Change up, swung on and missed. This is what you want after a big inning of scoring 3 runs in the inning. That's what you want your pitcher to do. Come out, pound the zone, get those outs early as possible. Nice job of Bree Johnson. Keep the momentum on your side. 0-1. High and outside. Gary Justice, UPIKE Sports Network. Glad to be on the ride with you this afternoon. Great day for softball from Paul Butcher Field. I'll be back with you guys on Monday as well. Bears take on the Johnson Royals. She able to check her swing. She was. 2 balls and no strikes. Johnson allowed 2 hits, and she walked 2. She punched out 1. She did a nice job of working around some trouble. 2-0. Caught the inside half that time. But it's got 2 balls and a strike. Got a couple of flyouts in here so far in the 4th. 2-1. Swung on, fouled off, change. They've got 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuces wild, top half of the 4th inning. The Bears leading this one 5-0. Bears winners of 10 of their last 12. Two upcoming. Swung on and missed. Be Johnson's 2nd punch out of the day. As we go to the bottom half of the 4th. Be 9-1-2 Dixon, Crum, and Johnson. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. Go to the bottom half of the fourth. Bears leading this one 5-0. Be Dixon, Crum, and Johnson. Ashland flew out to left field her first time. Swung on and missed. Smith on 61 pitches, 36 strikes, induced 4 flyouts, 2 groundouts, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, walked 3, punched out 3. 0-1. High now zone 1, ball 1 strike. Change up high and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Bears scored 2 in the second, 3 in the third. Bottom half of the fourth. Swung on, popped up. He had to count 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little unsure of the count sometimes. My live stats are not updating as quickly as I like. Tried the outside corner, missed. I believe, folks, it's a full count. Swung on. That won't leave Paul Butcherfield. Swung on, hit the left field, going back, and that will be off the wall foul. Dixon gave a ride to that one. That was off the wall. Three balls, 2 strikes on the Bears freshman, the third baseman from Hazard. Swung on and missed. That'll be the 4th punch out of the day for Isabella Smith. Bring up Danny Crum, who struck out, and then she had an infield single to get things started in a third for the Bears. High and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be Crum and then Addison Johnson. Crum coming game hitting .347. Inside. Two balls and no strikes on the Bears' backstop. Just missed outside. 3 balls, no strikes on Crum. She may have the green light to swing. 1 pitch, 1 spot, something you can drive. 3-0. Down Broadway. It's got 3 balls and a strike. Swung on, hit deep to left field. Nice play. She dropped the softball. So Crum will get another opportunity. Hopefully she's okay. Feels kind of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like she's okay, the left fielder. So who's playing left? I forgot. That's Carter Fortune out in left field. 3-2. Swung on and missed. That'll be the 5th punch out of the day for Smith. The second time she got Crum. Bring up Addison Johnson. She struck out, and she's also had an infield single. Swung on, hit to the right fielder. Be foul. Oh, out of the zone. Swung on, fouled off. Dixon struck out, Crum struck out, and Addison Johnson, who struck out and had the infield single. Got a couple of strikes on her. Swung on, fouled off. Nice job by the junior from Pleasant Perry, Wisconsin, to battle. 2 in the second, 3 in the third for the Bears. Johnson has 5 punch-outs. Back up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Nice job of Addie Johnson to stay back and drive the softball back where it came from. I'll bring up Maddie Horn. She struck out and had an infield single her first time. Swung on, fouled off. You'll see Johnson get her lead from, not her lead, but she'll be popping off on the pitch. 0-1. Caught the outside corner, no balls and 2 strikes. Horn's able to reach, and Harley Quick hitting the Bears half of the 4th. Swung on, fouled off the umpire. No balls, 2 strikes on the Bears junior right fielder. Swung on, popped up. We'll do 0-2 all over again. Tried the inside corner and missed. Run to a ball and 2 strikes. I'm not sure if Johnson will be a threat to run in this situation. 1-2. High and outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild, the Bears half of the 4th. The bottom part. 2-2. High and outside, fills it up. Smith's allowed, she's walked 3. Nice job by Maddie to work at count 4. Swung on, fouled off, good AB. Ball 4. Be the 4th free pass issued. Bring up Harley Quick. She's walked, was retired on fielder's choice, which was an RBI. Swung on. Get to the center fielder, she'll make the play. Retire Quick on the fly ball to center. The Bears threaten in their half of the 4th. However, nice job by Smith to work around some trouble as we go to the top half of the 5th. It'll be 1, 2, 3. Dillo, Laughlin, Harris. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. As we go to the top half of the 5th, Chloe Dillo would lead things off. Johnson step inside the circle for the 5th time today. 61 pitches, 37 strikes, 8 flyouts, 2 groundouts. Allowed 2 hits, walked 2, struck out 2. Did low flew out to center, popped out to the second baseman. Pitch caught the inside corner. Breeze looked good today. Change up outside. 1-1. Caught the inside corner that time as well. Nice job of Bree to pound the zone. One, two. Swung on, hit foul. Maggie White make a play at third base coaching box. One, two. Tried the inside corner and missed. Leaving things up 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chloe Dillow, Laughlin, and Harris. The Bears scored 2 in the bottom of the second, 3 in the bottom of the third. Tried the inside corner and missed on that one, though. That fills things up 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson's walked 2, struck out 2. Swung on a miss. That'll be her 3rd punch out of the day. Bring up Delana Laughlin, the shortstop. She flew out to center, and she reached on an air by the shortstop. No runs, 2 hits for the Rams so far. Pitch missed inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Rams have played clean defensively so far for the Bears. 5 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 2 errors. Bears normal shortstop Alexis Embry out with an injury today. Hopefully she'll be able to play on Monday. Swung on, hit back in the middle, pass Rice. It'll be a base hit. 3rd hit of the day for the Rams. Bring up Kennedy Harris. She's walked, and then she doubled the right field her last time. Had some action early for the Bears in the pen. Nobody up now. Change up outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Big Kennedy Harris and then Jada Jordan. 1-0. Swung on, hit to the second baseman, be the first out of the inning. Second out of the inning, excuse me. I'll bring up Jada Jordan. She's bounced out 1-3, and she struck out looking her last time. Johnson 1 out away, getting out of the 5th. Swung on, foul off. Dillow struck out to lead off the inning. Laughlin had the single to center. Kennedy Harris popped out to Caden Dunlap at second base. No balls and a strike on Jaden Jordan. She's able to reach Alondra Reeves, will hit the Rams half of the 5th. On outside, the throw will be in time. Crum to Peyton Rice, who will plow the tag. Excellent throw by the catcher, the sophomore from Louisa, Kentucky. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network. Get the upcoming schedule for the Bears. We'll return back to Paul Butcher Field on Monday to take on the Johnson Royals, and the 27th, Trip McConnell, 29th, Union Commonwealth will host them here at Paul Butcher Field. along with April Fool's Day. They'll host the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs, and they'll hit the road on April the 4th as they'll travel down to Spartanburg Methodist. Dunlap lead things off for the Bears in their half of the 5th. She's walked twice today. Smith will be in the circle once again. 90 pitches so far, 54 strikes, 5 flyouts, 2 groundouts. Strike out 4, walk 4, strike out 5. Pitch misses outside. She's also allowed 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. Dunlap, Metcalf, Manis for the Bears half of the 5th. Swung on, popped up. Center fielder will call for it. The second baseman will make the play. No ball will drop. So it'll be a single for Caden Dunlap to right field as the triangle met in right field and the softball just dropped. The 7th hit of the day for the Bears. They bring up Olivia Metcalf. She's popped out to the second baseman. She doubled to left field her last time. Shows a bunt, fouls it off. That double she drove in too. No balls on a strike. Caught the inner half, I believe. No balls and 2 strikes on the Bears. Swung on that baseball. That softball hit deep to left field. And that softball has left the yard. However, it was foul. As Olivia Metcalf, the sophomore from Richmond, turned on it. Just a little too early. Bears scored 2 in the second, 3 in the third. Dunlap led off the 5th with a single. No balls and 2 strikes on the Bears' designated player. Swung on, fouled off. And I will say it's a punch out. That'll be the 6th of the day. I thought it may have been foul tip. It just didn't make the catch cleanly. Claudia Manis, the first baseman's double, and she's popped out to the first baseman. She'll hit with 1 out. It'll be Manis and then Peyton Rice. Misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Manis has drove in a run today. We'll see Dunlap get a lead from first, or on bouncing off first base. Swung on, hit the left fielder. Be a base hit. The second of the day for Claudia Manis. Bring up Peyton Rice, who's bounced out 1-3, and she lined out to the center fielder her first time. She'll hit with 1 out, runners at first and second. Hit number 8 for the Bears. Off-speed pitch, misses the outside corner. Rice and then Dixon. Back-to-back freshman for the Bears. Swung on, popped up. That will escape Paul Butcherfield. Dunlap's at second. Manis is at first. Both those guys singled here in the 5th. All-speed pitch swung on and missed. Outside. Again, my stats are not, I apologize. I believe it's 1-2. Out of the zone. Two upcoming. Swung on, fouled straight back. Nice job of Peyton to battle. Peyton Coming in the game hitting .222 on the season. She scored a couple of runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the Bears freshman shortstop. The Grayson, Kentucky. 2-2. Swung on. That one will escape Paul Butcherfield. We'll do 2-2 all over again. Nice AV going on by Peyton. Swung on, fouled straight back. We'll do 2-2 all over again. Two upcoming. That's ball 4, actually. That'll be the 5th free pass issued by Smith. I lost track of count. My apologies. Bring up Ashlyn Dixon. You'll see Coach Staggs talking to the umpire. So Dunlap's at third, Manis is at second, Ross is at first. Dixon's scheduled to hit. Casey Lois will be the new hitter. Hitting 200 on the season, the freshman. First pitch swung on a miss. Casey, 200 on the season, drove in 7 and scored 6 runs. Oh, 1. Change. It was swung on and missed. We're going to count no balls and 2 strikes. Oh, 2. Swung on, fouled off. Be Lois and then Crum. Dunlap led off the inning with a single to right field. Metcalf struck out. Manis singled to left, and then Rice walked. No balls, 2 strikes on Casey Lois, hitting for Ashlyn Dixon. Casey, another member of that talented freshman class for the Bears. We've got 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lois and then Crum, the top part of the lineup, will do up after Casey. 2 in the second, 3 in the third for the Bears, threatening here in the 5th. Swung on, the softball hit deep to left field. Nice play by the left fielder. That'll score a run for the Bears. Lois got a hold of that one, and nice play by the left fielder. I bring up Danny Crum, who struck out a couple of times. She's also had an infield single. It's 2 outs. Back up the middle. And the play will come to the plate, not in time, as Danny Crum will drive in a run. Nice job of Danny staying back and driving the sophomore, scoring another run for the Bears. Bring up Addison Johnson. Coach Staggs looking to potentially make another change. Bears 7 runs, 9 hits, a couple of errors. Abby Hess may go in a run. She may be running for Rice at second base. Two in the second, three in the third, two so far in the fifth for the Bears. Leading this one 7-0. Gary Justice, UPIKE Sports Network. Glad to be on the ride with you this afternoon. These two clubs will meet again after this one. First pitch low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Johnson has struck out, had an infield single, and then singled to center her the last time up. Crum will get a lead from first, and Abby Hess running for Peyton Rice at second. 2-0. Swung on, fouled off. We're going to count 2 balls and a strike. Two one. Swung on, fouled off. We're going to count 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs, deuces wild. Bottom half of the fifth. Two. Ball 3. Hess big lead off the second. I fill it up. Smith on the day has walked 5 and struck out 6. She's got a walk and a strikeout in this inning. Swung on, hit the left field. That'll be another hit for the Bears. Addison Johnson will have her 3rd hit of the day, which will lead to another run for the Bears. Now bring up Maddie Horn, the junior right fielder. And folks, that will be a run rule game. The Bears win this one 8-0. Johnson will pick up the win in the circle. Give you some final pitching line on Miss Bree Johnson. 5 innings pitch, only allowed 3 hits, walked 2, struck out 3. And the Bears win this one. That makes 11 of 13. They move to 14-7 on the season. Game 2 scheduled will start at 3 o'clock. Unsure if we will get the game started early or not. Then we'll have game 2 will be streamed. It'll be on a separate stream, same YouTube channel. You're watching Bears softball on the UPIKE Sports Network.